Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be the girl of my dreams. Well, I've got a great short email success story from a guy who has basically spent his life getting friend zoned, backing away from opportunities because of the environment that he grew up in. And what I think is really cool about his email is that he had basically said to himself, I just guess I'm never going to be able to have a girlfriend or get to experience what I want. And so for the past year, he's been in a great relationship with a girl he's never had a single argument with. They don't fight. They get along great because he followed what I teach in my book. So I thought it was a great success story because this is a guy that doesn't have like an extensive history of being successful with women. Because I know a lot of guys come to me, maybe they've never had a girlfriend, never had or maybe never had the caliber of woman they really wanted and really desired. Maybe felt like they'd always been settling, or they just never had a lot of experience. And so a lot of guys look at what's happened in the past. One of the things that Tony Robbins says, the past doesn't equal the future. And what you'll see from his email is because of everything that happened in his life and his childhood, he started telling himself a story about who he was, what he was capable of, and what he had convinced himself that he was never going to get to experience. So it's a great success story, and I hope it inspires you. So I got a quote that I wrote on this topic, and then we're going to go through his email and see what he did successfully. The quote says, "You are the captain of your ship and master of your destiny. Nobody is born being great at anything. It takes hard work, sustained self-discipline, a lifelong commitment to learning, constantly refining your approach, knowing what you want, and having an emotionally compelling reason why you want it. Everyone has the same amount of hours in the day. Successful people spend their time in a directed, focused, and purposeful way, while unsuccessful people invent stories that they tell themselves, which justifies the status quo and doing nothing to shape their destiny. You're either a person of action who gets things done, or a person who makes excuses and does nothing to move their life forward." So let's go through his email. He says, "Hey, Coach Corey, I just wanted to thank you a million times over because your work has definitely changed my life for the better. My whole life, I never thought I'd get a girlfriend." I mean, can you imagine somebody that thinks this way, and you go through life, especially as you get into your late 20s, your early 30s, if that's your mindset, if that's what you believe, which is, quite frankly, I would say the majority of people in this world have that kind of mindset, not only about their personal life, but about their career, about their job, or the dreams that they want to achieve. And because of the story, they've convinced themselves, well, it's just not in the cards for me. They settle for mediocre in every area of their life. And it's like, once you lose hope, why eat healthy? Why go to the gym? Why work out? Why continue to take care of your body? Life sucks anyways. And you literally have one foot in the grave, and it's just sad. It's a fucking tragedy. There's way too many people in the world that's their life path, basically. So that's one of the things I love about getting these emails, because this changes somebody's trajectory. And not only does it help him, but helps everybody in his life, because he then can be a beacon of hope for everybody that knows him. He can help his friends. He can teach his friends these things, because obviously he's done a very good job, which you'll see in a second here, of why he's done so well. It's a common thread that you see in all the best success stories. He says, "I remember having so many opportunities to have a relationship, but backing away from them because all I saw was my parents fighting, and I never thought things could actually turn out to be happy." So he became emotionally conditioned to expect that his life is going to suck, just like the relationship that he saw with his parents. So why bother trying? "I first picked up your book because I had lost the girl of my dreams, or so I thought. I liked her a lot, but I never pulled a move for over a year, and I was friend-zoned." That's like my early 20s, my late teenage years. That was a perpetual state of my romantic life. I had no problem getting the women that weren't that into me at all, but the ones I was really into, That was my experience. And it was all because of the story that I told myself, and I was convinced of it. And because I was convinced of it and I believed it, I did things, I said things that was constantly communicating that I wasn't worthy and I didn't deserve to have what I want. And of course, women were like, okay, you're right. You don't deserve me. After going through that, I decided it's time to make a drastic change, and that's when I came across your work. I followed exactly what you said. I read your book 15 to 20 times, taking notes every time, and I watched hours of your video every day for 3 months, and I began to apply your principles. That's somebody that's a serious student. That's somebody who said, that's it. I got to figure this shit out. I am tired of living my life the way I've been living it. It's no longer acceptable to continue on in the same path. And the common thread that you hear in all the best success stories is somebody reading the book 15 to 20 times. The idea is when you read it 15 to 20 times, you don't have to think about it anymore. If you only read it 2-3 times, guys that do that when things get a little rough or they hit a rough patch when they're dating somebody or maybe they're in a relationship and they don't know the material too well, they start to act like a robot because there's so many vague things that they picked up little threads here and there because they really didn't take the time to understand the fundamentals and understand the principles, that instead of acting naturally, they start trying to use techniques and manipulation to get the woman to do what they want. And then they come off as being a robot, they make mistakes, and they get friend-zoned or they get rejected, and it's totally preventable. And the reason why this guy has such a great success story and why things go so well is because he spent the time. I mean, 15 to 20 times, and for 3 months he was watching videos and taking notes. That's the kind of person that when they go to college and they're committed to taking a specific class, they go above and beyond what's expected, and they learn the stuff backwards and forwards, and then that's why they go in and ace the test. Well, this is real life, and if you understand the principles and fundamentals, you're going to get the results, and if you don't, you're going to get mixed results. It's just the way it is. Because if you think about it from this perspective, every man, the knowledge that they need to know to be successful in their personal life, obviously if you know 100% of it, you're going to be able to consistently get women who you really like and who like you to fall in love and stay in love. But if you only know 60 to 70% of what you need to know, you're going to be able to get women to about a 6 or a 7 on the attraction scale. And at some point, they're eventually just going to think, you're a great guy, but something's missing. I'm missing a spark. There's no chemistry. And they end up getting dumped. The idea is fill in your knowledge gap, learn the material backwards and forwards, and then apply it. And you'll get consistent, repeatable results, just like I've got in my own life that I detail in the book. Because like once you understand the patterns and what to look for, you can literally read men and women like a book. It totally gives you the upper hand in all of your negotiations and your personal interactions with other people, especially if you're in sales or management or just functioning in a company where you're in a leadership position. These are things that just most people you're going to encounter in the world are never going to take the time to learn. He says, about 9 months later, I met the real girl of my dreams. Literally, every quality I ever wanted in a partner, she has surpassed. We've been together for, remember, it's about becoming the kind of person you want to attract. We've been together for a year now, and we haven't argued or fought. We both love each other very much, and the funny thing is, I already know what's going to happen before they happen because of the principles you teach in your book. Ever since we started dating, I saw the tests coming from a mile away. I could read when she wanted to jump in Daddy's lap and feel loved. I let her do 80% of the pursuing and talking. I let her chase, and I pinched myself so many times not to pursue. Because overall, women are like cats. And whenever she came closer to me, I knew it was time to make a move, and it worked every single time. Fast forward to today, and she buses 4 hours round trip just to see me and wants to FaceTime every day. Notice, she wants to FaceTime every day. If a woman is chasing and pursuing you all the time, you're not going to get dumped. You're not going to get rejected. Imagine the sense of peace that you get from that. Instead of worrying, is she going to call me back? Am I going to see her again? Is it going to work out? You have a sense of peace and contentment and joy and certainty. And when you feel good like that, it makes it really easy for you to focus on your purpose and your mission in life and take care of the little things. Because if you're not in that state, if you're in a fearful state, not only does it make your personal life difficult, it's going to have a negative effect on your purpose and your mission and your career, your business, whatever you happen to be involved in for your life's work. And you're not going to be as effective and efficient if you don't know these things. You're always going to do your best work when you're relaxed. She writes me letters saying how much she loves me and is the chillest girl ever. I just want to say thank you, Coach Corey, because without your work, I definitely would have blown this golden opportunity. That book works miracles. Well, it works miracles when you read it 15 to 20 times and you actually apply what's in there. But you did what you're supposed to do. You followed the instructions and you got repeatable, predictable, consistent results. And plus, obviously, he made a good choice in the woman that he met. A wise man once said, "Women are like cats, they come and go as they please." That line has saved me from over-pursuing so many times. Haha. Thanks a ton, Bob. Well, if you're in a similar position, or maybe you're struggling in an area of your personal life or your professional life, and you'd like to get me to coach you personally to help you achieve your outcomes, go to my website, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book whichever coaching option works for you. And I will talk to you soon.